ज़मीं की गोद रंग से उमंग से भरी रहे, ज़मीं की गोद।
In the name of Allah, the most beneficent and the most merciful. Mr. President, respectable teachers, worthy parents, and dear fellows, this is the first reason why I love Pakistan. Pakistan is my homeland, and I love my country so much. But habitually, I used to think that why I love Pakistan. Then I realized that there are millions of reasons behind my love with my country. Here I'm going to share my viewpoints about why I love Pakistan. Dear fellows, Pakistan, my homeland, is in fact the land of blessings. Its creation speaks its dignity. History teaches us that how much cherished the dream of Pakistan was and how seriously our forefathers fought for it. Believe me or not, the most significant reason of loving Pakistan is independence movement itself. Just imagine some 100 years back, the books of history are replete with nasty and gory tales of Hindu mindset and British atrocities. All this reminds me the brutalities of Indians at Kashmir, NATO forces at Afghanistan and Iraq, Israel aggression in Palestine, and I am afraid of the existence in such wars and conditions. I know very well, Mr. President, that the shackles of slavery snatch all creative facilities, and the beautiful world I heaven to breathe in turns into hell without freedom. By the grace of Allah, my country, my love, my homeland offers me to enjoy the open air of independence. Being a student, I have surfaced the papers of history to know about the grand sacrifices of my forefathers, and as a humble token, I express my gratitude to them by proudly announcing in public that Pakistan, I love you. Dear fellows, I know you might wonder that how can I feel proud of saying all this when I clearly know that today we stand at the worst place of history, where we are labeled as a nation of extremists, where David Cameron shamelessly terms Pakistan as a haven and exporter of terrorism, where even mosque and imam bargahs are not safe, where a cricket team, instead of playing for the name and honor of the country, indulges into match fixing and sport fixing, where courts themselves cry for injustice, and above all, even during the worst crisis of human history, in floods, our politicians indulge in blames and corrupt activities. How can one feel proud of being the part of all this? But, Mr. President, here I recall and quote America, who once said, "Ask not what America has given to you, just ask what you have done for America." And with this spirit, I seek opportunity to invite all my countrymen to love Pakistan and live for Pakistan. Pakistan has given us honor, respect, identity, and a name. Now it is time we must return Pakistan our firm belief in its foundations, our unconditional love for its security, and above all the supreme spirit of patriotism to uplift its image. Dear fellows, this gory, gloomy, and dark picture of my motherland never reduces my love for it. It further increases with new spirit and zeal. I feel great proud by my nation and love it, because despite of all this, it stands united. I love Pakistan Army for its worth contribution in country's defense, as well as during the disasters. The service rendered by armed forces during recent floods compels me to love them. Mr. President, I have millions of reasons to prove that why I love Pakistan, but the allotted time compels me to finish this speech. And the last and the most sacred reason I would like to share with you that I love Pakistan. Because I am a Muslim and my religion has taught me that the love for the motherland is the part and parcel of my faith. In end, I would pray all of you to love this country as a blessing of God. Stand united, guard its identity and geographical boundaries. Work day and night for its better and exalted image. Live like Ghazis and Shaheens of Iqbal, die like martyrs, and whenever listen the best name Pakistan, always respond Zindabad. Now say with me, Pakistan Zindabad. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, honorable principal, respected teachers, and my dear students and friends. Happy Independence Day to all. Honorable Sir, it is 14th August 2021. It is the 76th independence celebration of our dear Pakistan. Pakistan is the result of years of struggles and sacrifices given by our Muslim leaders. Dear Sir, Muslims could not live freely under British dominance. Our culture, language, and our religious values were at the stake. It was therefore necessary for Muslims to have free land. That's how we got independence. Dear friends, now it is our responsibility to protect our motherland, Pakistan. There is a huge responsibility on our shoulders. We have to work day and night for the progress and welfare of our motherland, Pakistan. Thank you. Pakistan Zindabad. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. I am glad to join you today on the day of independence. I am here to make you remember this memorable day. 14th August, the day of Pakistan, is a very common day for other nations, but a treasured one for the Pakistani people. The story of freedom is a continuous struggle of a century of the Muslims of subcontinent. On this day, Pakistan gained freedom from British rule. During the British power era, Muslims faced many hardships, but through the relentless efforts of Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah and the Muslims of subcontinent, today we are living peacefully in our country, following our religion. Let's salute the father of the nation for his great efforts for the establishment of Pakistan. But today we have totally forgotten the purpose behind the creation of Pakistan. This is not the same Pakistan Allama Iqbal had dreamed about. This is not the same Pakistan for which Quaid-e-Azam had sacrificed everything, even his life. We need to realize the true meaning of this country. We should not divide into provinces, parties, or castes. We need to show unity and brotherhood. We need to act upon Quaid's vision, unity, faith, and discipline. We have to work together for the peace and prosperity of our beloved country. Let's pray that our country attains the echelons of success and supremacy. Ameen. Pakistan Zindabad. Thanks for watching. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Today I'm present here a speech in English on 14th August 1947. Happy Independence Day, Pakistan. Respected Principal Sir, my lovely teachers, my colleagues, brothers and sisters. Happy Independence Day to all. Respected Sir, as you all know, we are gathered here to celebrate the 76th independence of our holy land, Pakistan. We have got Pakistan as a gift and as a reward of decades of struggles and untold miseries suffered by our forefathers here. Independence is truly no lesser than a great blessing. You can freely feel a sense of independence and freedom while breathing under the fresh air. We all stand protected because of this independence. Dear Sir, before we move ahead to discuss what to be done for tomorrow, it's mandatory to shed some light over the hard work, dedication, struggles, and endeavor of our forefathers in the great cause of independence. The efforts of Quaid, the struggle of Iqbal, the preaching of Sir Sayyid, and the efforts of thousands of Muslim freedom fighters from all walks of life can never ever be ignored. One wonders how come in the old days such a unity, disciplined efforts and dedication in the face of two giant forces, the British and the Hindus, our true leaders could achieve, and that all brought us to Pakistan. True it is, behind all of those sacrifices and struggles for unity and free land was the blessing of Allah Almighty. Today's 14th August marks the 76th anniversary of our independence. In the debilitating journey of 76 years, we suffered many strokes. Various conspiracies were hedged to undo the glorious event of 1947. Here, the governance was destabilized, our economy was strangulated. We were made politically paralyzed, socially isolated, and every possible effort was made to make us comply with international dictations, but we still survive. We have to identify and stand against all of those odds to make our country strong and superior. Dear sir, it is quite disheartening to state that our land is facing numerous challenges. Poverty, terrorism, unemployment, youth frustrations, resources mismanagement, and corruption are to name a few. The challenges are unending, so it should be our strategy. To our youth brothers and sisters sitting here, we have to work out against all of these challenges. Being guardians of freedom, we are responsible for working for tomorrow. The hard tasks always require great sacrifices. We have to stand against all of those big problems being faced by our motherland. Dear sir, given the enormous degree of challenges ahead, the things we need are unity, discipline, and faith. We have to preserve and propagate national integration throughout every corner of our country. We have to stay disciplined in our efforts and struggles for the progress of our country. And the last thing that we need is to have firm faith in Allah Almighty. Surely, with all the end efforts given, we shall stand victorious. This day comes every year to remind us of our true status, identity, prestige, and power. Today, merely chanting slogans don't suffice to us. There lies a higher responsibility on our shoulders. We have to discharge our duties diligently in order to get rid of incessant crises and uncertainties. Let's help our brothers, our sisters, and help our countrymen selflessly. Let's stand against injustice, ignorance, anarchy, poverty, corruption, and unemployment. Let's work, let's unite, let's turn into such a sublime and solid entity that should obliterate and spoil every nefarious tactic of our faithless foes. थैंक यू। अगर आपको हमारी वीडियो अच्छी लगी हो तो लाइक कीजिए। जज़ाकमुल्लाहु खैरन।